Well, tonight, I'm guided by the words of former United Nations Secretary General, the late Kofi Annan, that unfortunately, very few governments think about youth unemployment when they are drawing up their national plans, end of quote. And I agree with him to a great extent. 3 events this week have confirmed what we all know, actually have known all along, that this country's youth is the greatest advantage, but at the same time, a ticking time bomb, if not well taken care of. On Tuesday this week, Kenya Wildlife Services KWS pitched tent in Taita Taveta County to recruit rangers. 5,000 young men and women from the county's 4 constituencies turned up to try their luck. At the end of the day, only 80 were successful. 4,920 youngsters, well skilled and educated, went back home to continue with their state of unemployment, possibly awaiting the next round of recruitment. So, in 2019, a recruitment agency announced some vacancies for a hotel along Mombasa Road. That day, thousands of hopeful young men and women turned up to try their luck. They went back home a disappointed lot. These 2 examples outline the state of affairs in our country. But more fundamentally, yesterday, Wednesday, and today, Thursday, 2 presidential hopefuls, Deputy President William Ruto and ODM leader Raila Odinga, were out and about in Githurai and Bama Market. Thousands of young people turned up to cheer them on as they delve into the 2022 succession politics and BBI. My main concern was and will continue to be the reality that our nation faces, that on a Wednesday or a Thursday, what one could consider a working day, thousands of young people can be mobilized with relative ease and at low cost to attend political rallies instead of being busy and engaged in meaningful income-generating activities. That is worrying. The rate of unemployment in our country is a sure ticking bomb. William Edmund Barrett, a United States author, captured this aptly when he said, "Hunger is not the worst feature of unemployment. Idleness is." End of quote. Sadly, rarely is the government of the day taken to task over its policies in creating employment and unveiling an enabling environment for investors to create opportunities for thousands of skilled young men and women exiting institutions of higher learning every year. For example, one of the primary pre-election pledges of the Jubilee administration was creation of at least 1 million jobs every year. That promise largely remained unkept, less than 17 months to the lapse of the Uhuru tenure. And new promises are already being made by various political players keen on succeeding President Uhuru Kenyatta in next year's polls. Numbers do not lie. Results from the 2019 Kenya National Bureau of Statistics survey show that economically active population was 22.3 million, comprising the working, that is 19.7 million, and those seeking employment or some work, 2.6 million. A total of 18.9 million individuals were outside the labor force during the reference period. There were 10.1 million youth aged between 18 and 34 years and 4.1 million youth aged between 15 and 24 years in the labor force. A total of 17.8 million individuals reported that they were in school. 11.6 million left learning institutions after completing their studies. 6.9 million left school before completion of their studies, and 7.1 million had never been to school. The data shows that 10 million people were attending primary schools, 3.4 million were attending secondary school, while 3.3 million were attending pre-primary school. Those attending middle-level college or technical training institutions were about 500,000, and those attending universities were about 471,000. Those are the numbers. So, hustlers or dynasties, handshake or not, wheelbarrows or BBI, the undisputed truth is millions of young people remain unemployed, disappointed, and easily incited by the very same people expected to develop policies that would spur economic growth, create an enabling environment for investors, and eventually avail opportunities to these youngsters to either be employed or establish small businesses. Resolving the youth challenge will require leadership, and real, proper, and visionary leadership. Because, as Jesse Jackson aptly captured it, leadership cannot just go along to get along. Leadership must meet the moral challenge of the day. That's my punchline.
Wow. Leadership. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that